Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome to the vlog. This happens to be a snowball. You guys may not know this, but in Michigan, we got a pretty heavy snowstorm the other day, and I just thought to myself, what do you think about snowballs and reptiles, right? Kind of a little bit of a different mix, but I have an idea. What do you say we push our problem aside and see if this idea works out at all? You know, we're always trying to think of different ways to enrich our animals, right? You know, whether it's ball training, taking them out, doing different types of stuff like that. So Elvis is a very curious animal, so because it snowed, why don't we go ahead and see if we bring a snowball in, see what he does. I have no idea. He may be very interested in it, he may play with it, he may just ignore it. I have no idea. I can assure you one thing, he's never seen snow before, and we're not gonna take him outside to see the snow, so we have to bring the snow inside and see what happens. What's that, Elvis? What is that? Doesn't seem to have any interest at all. It's like, what is that? What is it? He's kind of sniffing at it, not knowing what it is. You know, he's obviously never seen ice before, certainly not a snowball, have no idea. He's just kind of curious. He's coming back to it with his tongue, but I don't know that he's gonna do anything with it. What is it? And the whole idea really is to get their mind thinking, right? No matter what happens, even if he doesn't do anything with it, it's something that was just interesting for him to kind of think about and to say, like, I've never seen anything like this before. Well, you know, Elvis seemed to have a little bit of interest. Again, getting that mind working is what's important, but all in all, he kind of was like, yeah, I sniffed it a bunch, don't know what it is, don't really care, and now he's going back home because he's a lazy monkey. We'll see you later, Elvis. But you know what, I was thinking maybe Matilda would have some interest. I don't know, I'm just trying to think of different things to get these animals excited about stuff. So let's see if Matilda cares about a snowball. She loves to drink water out of a white bucket, so I'm wondering if the white snowball will kind of entice her to see what it is. Oh, she took a bite. Oh, she didn't like it. She didn't like it at all. I don't think she liked it. Oh my gosh, she took a bite and she was like, spit that out immediately. So I'll give her some lettuce just as a treat, and we'll see if she wants it. That was hilarious. She took one bite and immediately just spit it right out. Like, that was disgusting. But maybe we'll see if she warms up to it at all. Again, you know, she is a reptile, so she probably doesn't like cold things, but I did think it was kind of interesting to see. Do you want to try another bite, bud? No? Okay, so I guess feeding reptiles snow is probably not going to be a good thing. I didn't think that they would actually eat it, but I did think it was going to be an interesting kind of enrichment thing, because I've seen Gatorland throw big hunks of ice in with gators and them crunch on them, so I thought it might be interesting, but all in all, it didn't work out quite as well as I thought. But still something fun to do, and again, got them thinking a little bit like, what the heck is this snowball? As you guys know, our colubrid snakes are actually in brumation, and of course, this is where they used to get bred. They're not going to be bred here. They're going to be kept downstairs and bred over there. Not really sure what I'm doing with these racks, to be honest with you. Really, what my thoughts would be, these racks would go away so that we could expand to 3.0, right? But that's a whole nother story. What I wanted to tell you is that although we brumate our snakes for 2.5 to 3 months, you can actually go shorter if you want to. So these animals here, ow, God, ow, whoo! Doggy, this thing is upset. Oh my gosh, that hurt. This, of course, is a scaleless Texas rat that is an absolute ripper. And he's obviously crazy mean too. But hey, it's just defensive. It's okay. The fact is that when we have animals that are just slightly not ready to breed, and gosh, my fingers are hurting. Those were some pretty good bites. What we'll do is we'll actually keep them up until the very end of brumation. Take, for instance, this rhino rat snake right here. This is a female, and she was definitely way too small when we put stuff into brumation. Now she's right on that side where she could probably lay 3, 4, maybe even 5 eggs. So what we'll do is we'll keep those animals up until maybe there's 3 or 4 weeks left in brumation. Then we put them down for a very short brumation, and you can actually still breed them. So if for some reason you have, say, some 2-year-old colubrid snakes, and you're like, they're not just quite big enough when it's December when I'm gonna go ahead and brumate the rest of my animals, you can keep them up until January, even early February, and then just clean them out for say 2 or 3 weeks so you don't feed them, so they don't have any food in them, and then put them down for say 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks, like this Taiwan beauty snake here that is certainly large enough to breed now, but again was not large enough to breed when we started to brumate. So that's one of the tricks that we do sometimes. You almost trick them into that dormancy for a short period of time. The shortest period of time I've ever brumated a snake and had successful production was actually 5 days. That's right, I brumated them for 5 days, brought them up, they bred and they had eggs. Now of course you can produce colubers without brumation whatsoever, but it does help the fertility, helps everything cycle and something like that. So we have some pretty cool snakes that just literally are going to go into brumation for maybe 2 or 3 weeks here next week. Every now and then I want to update you on one of Lucy's babies. That's right, are they getting big? Well, actually I just have the one. My friend has another one, so we have 2 of them, but I kept one to raise up, and she is absolutely wonderful. Again, this is a citron tiger. This makes it really beautiful. Again, the super citrons are the titaniums, which of course Titan the male was, and it's just unbelievably beautiful. Getting some size on it now, and has a really beautiful disposition. Again, didn't inherit mom's disposition, that's for sure. It definitely is nice. And again, remember I talk about the fact that every generation, F2, F3, F4 generation, typically become a little bit more domesticated. Hence the reason why Lucy's baby isn't quite as crazy as Lucy is. Nevertheless, she is looking beautiful and definitely will make it to the Reptarium in the 3.0 expansion. This is an animal I want to get over to the Reptarium. You remember we had Ace, the D'Albert's python, that was over at the Reptarium. Now it's over here at BHB, just waiting for the next expansion. But this is actually a black D'Albert's python. So again, there's the golden ones and then there's the black ones. These guys get a little bit bigger, and again, they don't have that gold to them. Really a cool animal, and typically these are a little bit more mellow than the normal gold D'Albert's pythons. But this guy is beautiful, and Ace is beautiful. So we have 2 cool ones that will definitely go on display when we do our next expansion, because I miss them over there. This one actually has never been over there before, and people are going to absolutely love it. Guys, I'm super excited about this. Of course, my girl Ivy, who was a little bit under the weather, you know, a little bit bubbly, a little bit mouth open and stuff like that here a couple weeks ago. Like I mentioned, we raised the temperature. Well, she shed out, and here she comes. Hey, baby girl, what are you doing? You doing okay, baby? Hi, baby. What are you doing? And look at her. She looks perfect. She looks absolutely wonderful. Her mouth is closed, no bubbles, anything like that. So I'm just going to take a little bit closer look at her. Hey, baby girl. How you doing, sweetheart? Oh, look at that perfect tongue response. Perfect mouth closed, eyes bright as could be. This is so cool. And again, she has a pretty nice shed. Looks like there's a little tear in it, but for the most part, it looks pretty good here. Whoop, look, it got a little spring and a little leak over there. That is so funny. Oh my god. It's like a little snake shed water balloon over here. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and pull this shed out over here. Of course, Aries is over here. And again, looks like an almost perfect shed, which is great. But that is great news that my girl Ivy here has shed out. Looks beautiful. I'm going to feed her in the next couple days. And if she eats, which I know she will, because she was looking like she wanted to eat me for a second there, I know she's going to be good. So I know you guys were worried. I was unbelievably worried. But I'm happy to say Ivy looks like she's good to go. Just taking a look through some of the scaleless corn snakes. This, of course, is an aneurystic scaleless corn snake. I always say this is probably my favorite mutation when it comes to corn snakes and scaleless, that's for sure. It's just that silver with the black outlining on the saddles. I mean, it just looks so unbelievable. Literally doesn't even look like a real snake. Looks completely fake. And, of course, the scaleless and the anery are recessive, so this is a double recessive. We produce ghosts. We've even got like 4 bang recessive mutations in corn snakes, which is very difficult. There are very few animals that actually have 4 recessive mutations in it, just because it's so hard to combine those things. And then this one is crazy cool. This is actually a Tessera scaleless corn snake. This turned out really cool because it almost turned out like really patternless looking. So some of these scaleless corn snakes are absolutely ridiculous. And every now and then I just come through and just open up a bunch of drawers just to kind of gawk at them, because they certainly are rippers. Then take a look at this Abbott's Okatee scaleless corn snake. I've said this when we were hatching. Remember, I kept on saying, I'm so excited to hatch Abbott's Okatees. And as babies, they were okay looking. And just this little bit of size on them, look at how they've changed. I mean, that black just starts really bordering all of those saddles and just becomes absolutely contrast like you can't believe. Like I said, Abbott's Okatee corns are amazing. And then you put them into scaleless and oh my goodness, these things are so nice. I know I keep saying this, but so vital this next week and a half to 2 weeks of breeding. We have to get things really bred this week. We have the majority of the females are doing good, bred a bunch, but there are a handful of things we have to really focus in on to make sure that this week or next week we get some copulations, because if we don't, we could really risk the chance of having those females starting to go backwards with their follicle growth. So the copulation actually kind of spurs on the follicle growth. So put my thinking cap on and let's go get some male ball pythons in with females. So I'm really expecting really good copulation from these introductions today because of a couple things. You know, one thing you really notice is that when I get into that really critical stage that I've been talking about, a lot of times it's when the males go through their first shed coming into the breeding season, right? So they've been breeding for, you know, about 4 to 6 weeks. They shed, and it seems like right after they shed, that's when things really start happening quickly. And then you also look at the females. A lot of females will start to shed around this time. That's kind of increasing that cycle, right? So the fact that a lot of my males just literally shed within the last 7 or 10 days, the fact that the females are starting to shed, and the fact that weather patterns are looking pretty promising in the next couple days, I'm expecting that the next 2-3 days of breeding is going to be amazing. And I have the right males in with the right females. So if this goes well, this is kind of building on the blocks of success for the breeding season. So I think I did good today. I think I was really happy with the decisions. Now let's hope the males do their job. Got a couple things. You guys are always sending me all kinds of cool stuff, so I appreciate you so much. This one is called Fragile, and so I'm going to try not to break it, if you know what I mean. I'm usually not that good at this. Actually comes from C. Murphy from Missouri, so let's see what we got here. Something that is fragile. And how do you open these boxes? Oh, here we go. All right. Oh my gosh, there's all kinds of little stuff in here. So I'm going to read really quick. Just say, and again, I appreciate when you guys send stuff. The P.O. box is always in the description. Thank you for all of the content you put out, especially now in this crazy world. I look forward to the vlog every day. I can't wait for the world to calm down and get a chance to come visit the Reptarium. I really hope that you will. It will be awesome. Just thought I'd send another pair of clippers for when you inevitably lose another pair. Let's make 2021 awesome, Cody. Thank you so much. So I'm assuming there's some clippers, but I don't know what else is in here. So let's see, there's a whole bunch of stuff. All right, so I got, oh my God, these are dope. My gosh, Reptarium glasses. That is dope, my gosh. Are these all the same? That is so cool. So there's a handful of these ones. I guess these are kind of pseudo wine glasses in a way, and Lori will love these for sure. It's kind of, I love the design on them. You know, I mean, obviously it's got the etched Reptarium, which is super cool, and I love these. So thank you so much. That is so cool. And then we have pull both sides down from where the key ring is. Pull both sides down from where the key ring is. I don't understand. Oh. So you pull down like that, and it goes like this. And what are these?
Clippers.
Clippers. How do they work? Oh, like here. I see. This like, oh, this is cool, man. That's a really cool thing. Well, thank you. That's beautiful. Love it. Now you just got to figure out how to shut them. Love it. Thank you so much. And then just some more glasses. My gosh, I got a whole thing. Oh, these are more wine glasses, and they've got the Reptarium on it. Oh my gosh, these are so cool. So we've got wine glasses, and then we've got these kind of more like mason jars.
It looks like a beer, beer can.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is, because isn't like a flight of beer, you want that little edge so that you get the foam?
The head, right?
Yeah, you get the, oh, so we got the beer, and we got the wine. Thank you so much, Cody. These are awesome. Well, I guess the snowball thing didn't work out too well, but that's okay because we still had a really fun day. And it was interesting at least to see Elvis being very curious about it, and then Matilda actually tasting it and did not like it at all. So again, just always thinking of things. If you guys have any ideas in the comments how we can enrich these animals more by somehow mentally stimulating them, let me know. I would love to know. I just want these things to be as happy as possibly they can be. If you enjoyed this video, can you do me a favor? Right over here, this is a playlist. You can hit 1, 2 videos, something like that. It would help my channel a lot. I appreciate it. Up here, you can actually subscribe to my podcast channel. Over here, we are 50,000 subscribers away from 3 million people, so hit that subscribe button, turn your post notifications on. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Remember, be kind to someone, and I promise I'll see you tomorrow.